right, guys, this is the Galaxy S24 Ultra, the front camera. And it's nice because all the cameras now shoot in 4K 60. I mentioned that in a previous video a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, now they all do. So you can use you can keep it at 4K 60 and it works on the ultra wide, the regular cameras, the telephoto, the front cameras, all of that. So kind of nice. I like that. I'm actually going to, can I flip it around? I can flip. There's my dog, Shoko. Shoko! Hi, Shoko! Hi, girl. And now I'm going to switch it to ultra wide. Here's ultra wide. Pairing it into there. Let me put it on me right here. And yeah, kind of nice. I'm curious to, this is actually the first time I'm recording a video with this. Be curious to see how the microphones sound, if they improve those at all. I'll eventually do an S23 Ultra versus S24 Ultra comparison, but as of right now, don't have that just yet. Here's, oh, let me go 10x on there. Some golfers right there. 10x. You can see them. I can even zoom more, I believe. Let me see. Yes, I can. No, it stops at 20x. You can do 100x if you go into photo mode first and then record from there. Go back here. Check out, oh, too close. One. There you go. There's the tree. Very nice. What do you guys think? Let me know. So I've literally been using this for like less than 12 hours or whatever, because obviously I slept and stuff like that. But the first thing that I noticed using this is the smoothest Samsung phone ever in terms of how fast it is. It is, and the animations are beautiful. The performance is amazing. They did an amazing job with One UI 6.1 and the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and just putting that all together with this. This feels so smooth. Like S23 Ultra is smooth and fast, but this is again another level of that. And they just did an amazing job. I didn't even, usually I'll tone down the animations. The animations are just perfect on this. Like, I don't feel like I need to do that, at least at this moment in time. It's awesome. So if you love like smooth, fast feeling phones, dude, this one for sure. This like makes my Z Fold 5 look like a cluttery mess, a clunky mess. This is amazing, seriously, like blows me away. Another thing that blew me away is that, and I noticed it right off the bat with the speakers. Speakers are, especially versus the S23 Ultra, S24 Ultra speakers are bassier and louder. They sound great. I recorded the video with this phone and I sent the same video to the S23 Ultra because I wanted to see how that same video sounded through those speakers versus these speakers. And these ones, again, bassier, louder, just better overall quality sound from that video when I recorded with this phone on both, and then listening it back on both phones. Really, really nice speakers on the S24 Ultra. Now, holding this in your hand, I have this case on here, which is their grip and stand case, which is kind of cool. I'll have a video on it. There's things I like about it, some things I don't like about it, and so I'll give you the full review later. But even when I take this off, holding this phone and the S23 Ultra in my hand, again without the case, even this feels a little bit bigger. When you put them like this, though, it doesn't really look like. I mean, it does with the case on, but when you put them like this, with the case off, they look really similar. So that flat display, you can definitely feel that this feels a little bit bigger. Again, in your hand, when you just look at them side by side, you don't notice too much of a difference, but overall, there is a little bit of a difference, at least in comfort-wise. It's not bad, but it does feel a little bit less comfortable by the slight bit, but it also feels a little bit bigger too. Now, I talked about it yesterday, about the colors and how they're saturated, how they're not saturated versus S23 Ultra versus S24 Ultra. I even read comments from people saying that like the blacks on the S24 Ultra didn't look as good as the S23 Ultra, and I did side-by-side comparisons. Black and white colors, I felt like S24 Ultra had darker blacks and brighter whites versus the S23 Ultra. So that one test, at least preliminary, early test, I'd give it to the S24 Ultra. In terms of which one has a more saturated look to the display, S23 Ultra is definitely more saturated. And I don't know if I would say it was so noticeable on the S24 Ultra that I would be like completely turned off. When I look at them side by side, yes, I can notice some differences, but if I just had this phone, I never had the S23 Ultra, or I didn't have the S23 Ultra nearby, I don't know. I mean, yeah, sure, it looks a little bit more muted in the colors. It's not bad though. The quality of the display I felt like is still really good. I held these two phones up to my wife and I didn't say anything. I said, all I did is this. I said, which one looks better? And every time she personally chose the S24 Ultra, she said it looked brighter. She said she liked the colors better. She said she liked the quality of the display better. Again, just me holding it about 4 feet away, 3-4 feet away from her. She chose the S24 Ultra for all of it. This, you can really know the saturated, you can really see saturated color differences within like reds and some of the deeper, brighter colors. But again, it's not so much if I just gave you this, I don't think you would really notice. It's really when you have them side by side, you're really looking down on these and you're like, okay, yeah, that one does look more saturated. I do prefer a more saturated look of the phone, but this isn't a bad display in terms of like, what's been really hyped up with it, It's been pretty good of what I feel like is pristine and quality wise. Would I personally like it to be more saturated? Yes, I probably would, but it's not so much if I'm not comparing these where I'm like looking at this and I'm like, oh God, no. Personally, I don't feel that way. I thought it looked pretty good. And is it something they could fix in the future? Potentially. What I did is I turned on the natural look of the screen on to the S23 Ultra since this is more vivid and stuff, and I left this at vivid and they got a little close. This one was still more vivid than the natural on this, but it was kind of interesting to see that. So in terms of the display in the colors, I don't know if it would be such a turnoff where I wouldn't want to keep the phone. Just in the few hours or so that I've been using this and like the things I've tried, I thought the cameras looked, I didn't even mention the cameras. The cameras I felt looked pretty good. Like I love that 4K 60s on all the cameras now. The quality of the photos came out good. I didn't take a ton of photos, but the photos I did came out great. I mean, I had no problem with them at all. So I'm happy with it thus far. I don't look at this as like a downer phone or that they hurt us on the display. And it's, that matte finish is really, really nice. It's not, I can still see reflections when I'm going like this, but it still is pretty matte overall. So pretty impressed with it. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you came from the S23 Ultra to the S24 Ultra or any phone to the S24 Ultra, how do you feel about it so far? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.